And we're live! Hey, folks. I'm Robert Lee.
Hello.
The executive.
I'm Matt Haas.
Yes, he is. The executive video. Yep, it's gonna be one of those days, folks. The executive video producer and founder of Shalala Productions, where we create marketing videos, as well creating live streaming content and providing services to the medical and the educational field, with a specialty in pop culture. And as Matt said, he is.
I am most certainly Matt Haas. I'm a YouTube expert. Find everything at allthingsyoutube.com, including my course that has 32 free lessons on how to be awesome on YouTube. Go check it out.
Oh, wait.
Volume.
It's not the same without having the old thumbs up approval there.
Drop a thumbs up. That helps the show. And it's free. It's free for you to do that.
I'm all for thumbs up. So before we get right into it, how are things, Matt?
Pretty darn good. Busy, getting lots of stuff done. Learned a new song on my piano. Going to shoot a video about that soon. You know, channels are going good. I got lots of them on YouTube. Got a woodworking channel. I've got a piano channel. I've got a fun channel. And all things YouTube. Yep.
So that and last week we were guests on a podcast there, which was a lot of fun.
Sure was. Marketing. We talked about marketing and social media.
And YouTube and Remote Wednesday. Everything but the kitchen sink, because there's not really much to talk about kitchen sinks, I don't think.
No, not really. Robert and I were in our happy place, so it was fun.
Yep. I'm getting my shows mixed up because right around this time, when I did go on with John within our live streaming friends group, he would play like the crickets chirping when there's not when what I thought was funny is just kind of. But yeah, I mean, to your point, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, I know Bob definitely was trying to like look to grow his YouTube channel and like the stuff that we talked about. So I was pretty happy that you guys get the chance to virtually meet. And
well, let's not bury the lead. We were on Bob Cargill's marketing show. That's the full name of it, Bob Cargill's marketing show.
Yep, I forgot the. Well, I'll try to get the link of the program for those that want to check it out. But if you do follow us on the socials, as they say, we did post the link of the program, Bob's Marketing Roadshow that we were on. You can check it out, and if not, I'll be sure to be able to provide the link in the description for you guys to check it out. All right, so with that said, wait a minute. I had it here somewhere. It was right here a minute ago. Oh, there it is. I move everything around the dashboard. It takes me a while to remember where I put everything.
Push the buttons. Push all the buttons.
Push all the buttons. No, that's the wrong one. Oh!
Getting hot in here.
Hang on.
Sammy Superstar just showed up. Hi, Sammy.
All right, I knew.
Well, over on YouTube. I'm not logged into the Facebooks. If you're on Facebooks, I can't see your chats, but Robert can.
Yep. I think they're just kind of shy. So, so let's get into the. I think I couldn't find the button for that, but good thing it's there's always a contingency plan. And speaking of contingency plans, that's what we're all about today. It just came to me. I was gonna say on a clear day, but I don't know if that was really a clear day because getting off the subject again. It's just the idea that with how things can change on a dime, with live streaming, whether it's the platform you use, whether it's, let's say for example, and I use this as an example in the post, like what happens if Facebook Live, they're having more problems with Facebook Live, that they do away with it, or let's say YouTube Live, all of a sudden they decide to make that as a paid service, or heavens forbid, let's just say like Google no longer exists, and it's just a matter of just starting to think about ideas of what to do.
Just to clarify, these are hypothetical situations.
Right.
Don't freak out, audience. Don't freak out.
I have no prior knowledge, folks. It's just things I think about when I have things to think about, I guess. Anyway, but it was just the idea of just to start to get thinking about things that you can do to prepare, so that if you need to make a change, whether it's external factors or things go awry, that you have a plan in place to keep your show going, as well as trying to find ways to get the word out about your show and stuff. So I know that I gotta really clean up this desk there. I can't seem to find where my notes are, but it was just the idea that some of the ideas that I had were, it's more based in the marketing approach, and it's a bit analog, but it's one that will help you keep your show going. Whether it's, one thing I always think about is just resources. So the popular platforms folks like the live stream is either Facebook Live, YouTube Live, those with gaming content, you have Twitch. And so I think it's just a matter of just like thinking about where if those platforms were to go away, and I'm just saying hypothetically, as Matt pointed out, it's good to be able to come up with a backup plan of where you can post your videos. I mean, an extreme example would be that there's still software out there like vMix, Ecamm, even OBS. You could still create your shows. It just would be, as if the phrase is, it'd be offline, and it's just a matter of just being able to have the tools, like identifying a video hosting site where, if it may not be live, it could be pre-recorded and posted up there for folks to watch on either your website or different video hosting sites like there's Vimeo, there's Wistia. I know Matt mentioned one.
BitChute.
Thank you, BitChute, as another source. So it's to start thinking of other resources that you can use to be able to continue your live streaming or find other ways to get the video content up there. And an important. I'm sorry.
Don't use DLive. DLive is another one.
I'm not familiar with DLive. Is that?
I don't like DLive.
Is that like OBS or?
No, it's like YouTube.
Okay.
No, yeah. BitChute is a video hosting platform, and DLive is a video hosting platform. But yeah, DLive is a bit sketch.
Gotcha.
And yeah, you mentioned the streaming software. I mean, streaming software is streaming software. We're really talking about other places to put your content in case very bad things happen to the social media networks that you know and love, like YouTube and Facebook.
Right. So I even took it a step further, where if there's one that's not reliable, or the situation where you're having trouble finding a site where you can live stream, the other idea is, like, if you do like use tools to be able to record your shows. Oh wait,
it's more than just live streaming though. There's edited videos too. Yeah.
Sorry, my prop is missing, but it was just a matter of just showing a DVD where, it's a different medium, but it's another way where you can store the program on a DVD, and it's be able to. What, you don't like DVDs? No, you don't. No.
Well, are you talking DVD as a like a DVD-R, which is essentially just like a file system that your computer reads? Or are you talking DVD as in you put it in a conventional DVD player under your television and then it plays?
Oh, it's either R or R plus.
Okay. All right. So in other words, like a hard drive, but in this case, a disk media.
Yeah, I mean, most
Okay,
cases.
because DVDs are 640 by 480. I mean, your like in a conventional, don't no DVDs are dead. You're talk. I mean, for all that matter, use a cloud service to store your media. Don't use physical. Well, use physical media and a cloud service together.
I think I was like getting a little bit ahead of myself where the marketing aspect of it, where if email's one option, I know like folks like to do like the old direct mail bit where they'll mail DVDs of their program for folks to watch. And
No,
you don't like
no,
it? No.
Robert.
What? What?
Are
Let me
you
hear this.
saying a contingency plan, if YouTube goes down, is to mail out physical DVDs to your audience? Is that what you're suggesting?
I'm saying like if the worst case scenario where if you're not finding any good options to go online and search, I mean,
I
I
can't
I
get behind that. I can't get behind that. No, no physical media should be part of your disaster. Use physical media as a backup, to make sure your assets are within arm's reach and you can use your assets to put online somewhere. No. Think of the expense. I mean, what is it, like $1.50 to mail a DVD, and you've got 100 fans? You're gonna mail a DVD to what are they gonna do with it? So a lot of people don't even have DVD-R like in their computer. It's all USB. No,
so
let's
to your point, there's also USB as well. So because
yeah,
like
USB sticks. Yeah, sure, but even still, any physical media is going to be a huge drag as a distribution. No, no, I can't get behind distributing physical media as a viable option to get your content in front of eyeballs. I can't do it. I can't do it.
yeah, well, I mean, because the way I look at it is that in another lifetime, when I was in marketing and we do like a lot of direct marketing, direct mail program, a lot of it is just as key is about being able to take advantage of like postal discounts when you mail in bulk. So, but that's I mean
The
that's an
internet's
extreme.
free. The internet. All right, I made a new emoji. I think my new emoji is appropriate. Now, yeah, no. So let's okay. Ooh, look at that.
Wait a minute, how'd that happen?
Hey, you have me labeled up real good.
Yeah, that was sorry, folks. I don't know what
Okay,
happened there.
I'll use my own lower third.
Thank you.
Oh, I can't. Shoot. There we go. You won't be able to see my face, but there's my name and my address if you want to send me stuff.
All right, how'd that happen?
Robert's pushing buttons like a madman over there. He's just,
Uh, main win. Okay, hang on.
what to do if the internet crashes and melts down? Question mark. You reboot the internet. You turn it off and you turn it back on again.
How the
Okay, I'm
heck?
gonna keep going with the show. So,
Yeah.
okay, let's pretend we didn't talk about physical media as a distribution method, and then let's talk about BitChute. I like BitChute. BitChute has a feature where you can. I didn't see that message.
I think that was from last week.
Okay. BitChute has a feature where you can connect it to your YouTube channel, and then all YouTube uploads automatically sideload to BitChute. So you can set it and forget it. And that's what I've done with my with my Awesome Wood Things channel. I set up a BitChute for Awesome Wood Things, and every time I upload a video to Awesome Wood Things on YouTube, it automatically appears over there on BitChute. And I like it. Because then it's another place for your content to be. And what we're really kicking around is you should have an audience elsewhere too. Because if the stuff hits the fan, you still want to have an audience. In other words, you don't want your audience to go away if the social media platform that you like to upload your videos to or stream videos to disappears. Audience, grow an audience. To grow an audience means you've got to participate in the platform that you're talking about. There's other platforms too. There's Parler and Minds. Have you heard of Parler or Minds?
Let's hear it.
Well, they exist. I don't have accounts there. One is like Twitter. I think they're both kind of like Twitter, but they're still there. And yeah, so that's my alt tech is Minds, Parler, BitChute. That's what I like. And you said it real quick in the beginning, your own freaking website. Put stuff on your own. Now, on my websites, I just put embedded YouTube videos on the website, which if YouTube goes away, all those embedded links are going to go away. But I have all of my videos saved on my hard drive. Some YouTubers, they'll post a video and they'll delete all of their assets. No, it's up there on YouTube. I don't have to worry about it anymore. I don't do that. I keep all of, not only do I keep the MP4s that I generate, I keep my edited files too, because Final Cut Pro, or if you're using Adobe Premiere Pro, whatever you're using, it'll have its own collection of files too. I keep those as well. I keep everything, but that's, yeah, anyway. And then we were talking about physical media. You should have the 3-2-1 backup plan, which is 3 copies in 2 different, or 3 copies in 2 different locations, and one of them is off-site. That's how you do backup. Robert is pushing lots of buttons over there.
Yeah, sorry about that. Just a little bit of a link issue there. I'll get it fixed.
I'll keep going.
Keep going.
Audience. What you really want is you really want access to your audience if your favorite social media goes away, or if you're kicked off, or if you don't want to be there anymore. And what I like is something that's been popular since the 90s, freaking email. That's right. Good old email, electronic mail. Everyone has email. Everyone knows email. Email lists. Big fan of email lists. MailChimp gives you a free account for 2,000 or fewer list members. So why not fire up a MailChimp account and start getting people to your email list? That way, you can go direct to their inbox. You don't have to wait for notifications to fly out. You don't have to wait for people to find your stuff in the recommended shelf.
So this is a pretty cool comment from our good colleague Karen Hilton. She says, also important to do some list building, email and first name, or just email if you can't get first name. I started doing that, and it's paying off as I get ready to launch a webinar digital course. So,
yeah. No, seriously, email is very, very powerful. The guy who invented Dilbert, he had his own email list from the very beginning. I mean, decades ago, and he would shop his stuff around, and it was a valuable thing that he had, because people who wanted to publish his stuff were like, "Oh, well, we're a publisher. We've got access to the market." He's like, "No. I've got access to the market. I've got all the super fans right here on my email list." So he had bargaining power. But even beyond that, yeah, Karen, you're spot on. Email is every bit as important now that it ever has been. And I know people are like, "Oh, I'm a Snapchatter, I'm a TikToker, blah, blah, blah." No. Email, it is still 100% relevant. So build that email list, because it's direct access to your audience. Then, if you're no longer on Facebook or YouTube, you can say, "Hey, come over here to BitChute. Here's my link. All my stuff's out there. My show's going to continue there." And you don't have to wait for the social platforms to approve what you're putting. Exactly. Direct access. Don't think of it as email. Think of it as direct access. Well, it is. It's all one the same. But if you've got a problem with email because it's for the old fogies, if that's your mentality, just forget the word email and just think direct access to your audience. You've got a direct line into your audience with email. So, yeah, that's the answer. Get yourself an email list, put your stuff on your own flipping website, cross post to BitChute, and then start having a presence on Parler, on Minds, elsewhere. Even Vimeo. I mean, what the heck? Go for it.
And then you have some money left over, go mail some DVDs.
Yeah, you're on your own there. That's the. I can get a postal discount. Well, the internet's free.
I don't know. I mean, then I'm starting to get the whole idea of like I forget like where I read it, but you know how there's like this. I don't know if it's a meme or an image where like they talk about how like it got to the point where people prefer emails over letters for correspondence, and then eventually it like flips where like people long for letters versus email, and it's just the idea that I don't know. I mean, I think. Go ahead. I know you're gonna say so. Let's hear it. Come on.
Were you a fan of former Alaskan Senator Ted Stevens? He was an old curmudgeon that was head of the communications subcommittee. He had no idea what the technology and communications subcommittee, no idea what technology was. He was in the pocket of AT&T and he had a rant on the floor of the Senate, and it is legendary to this day. As a matter of fact, my Wi-Fi name riffs off of his incoherent speech on the Senate floor where he was talking about the internet. It's not a truck that you can dump something on. The internet is a series of tubes. He went on and on about he even said the internet's so slow. It's a series of tubes. Things aren't getting delivered. It's not a truck. And like, what the hell is he talking about? And he says, my staff emailed me the internet on Tuesday. I didn't get it until Friday. I'm sorry, I couldn't say that without laughing. Anyway, I'm just saying, you know, with your, I'm gonna mail DVDs to my audience. I'm wondering if you were a fan of former Alaskan Senator Ted Stevens.
Hey, I tell you, I mean, I guess I hang out with a different crowd, but I've got folks that still have their DVD players and DVDs, and so.
Hey, you want to hear something funny? When I moved into this house, I buried the rain spout pipes and ran them out to the street so it doesn't eject water onto my property and get in the... Anyway, so I had all these pipes buried under the ground, and I took a magic marker and I wrote on one of the pipes, I said, the internet is not a truck, it's a series of tubes, quote from Ted Stevens, and then I put some expletives underneath it, and then I buried the pipes.
Well, hey, here's Karen coming to my rescue where she says, keep in mind, I also have an old-fashioned map under the seat of my car in the event the comm network crashes. 2020 could happen, y'all. I'm just saying, thank you.
What image is on the screen? You put an image on the screen.
She attached it on the Facebook a live response, so I'm not sure.
No,
it looks like
look what you're sending to the stream. There's an image in front of you and I.
Yeah. Oh no, it's she attached an image, I think.
I don't know what that image is.
Oh.
Why is that one image there, Robert?
It seems like that whenever there's a image or a GIF that's attached in response.
Oh.
Supposedly vMix had made the fix so it wouldn't do that, but apparently I don't think they accounted for GIFs. I think they accounted for images. But it was supposed to be like it's a car window and roll down, you see like an alien popping out going.
John has some comments. You want to put them up? He says, in the grand scheme of things, social media as a whole is not going anywhere. So even if one platform goes away, two more will pop up and take their place. And then he says the key is to keep your finger on the pulse of what's happening in these areas. In my opinion, pay attention to people like Gary Vee. If he and others are jumping on a platform, follow their lead. Yeah. Yeah, Gary Vee is
I know
he's dialed in.
He's really big on on texting, and so he's had this whole marketing campaign of just sending text to folks where he's just asking for people's digits.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. For some reason, I felt like I was like in one of those how do I put this? A drinking establishment where people are looking for numbers to exchange and stuff. So I had to remember that he was talking about like text digits and not so much.
He started off with email. That wine store. Yeah. It was all email. He was an email marketing guru. And he did it before there was MailChimp or Constant Contact. He rolled his own for a while. And yeah. Well, you know what I like about Gary Vee?
Let's hear it.
He has a trait that you have, Robert. He cuts through all the BS and goes right to the person, right to the audience. He asks himself, what is the audience thinking? How is the audience engaging with my content? He does that mental exercise and tries to cut right through it. When you get something from Gary Vee, like a purchase link, he doesn't do it very often, but if he does a call to action to buy something and you click the buy button, you are right on the shopping cart. Like, he doesn't want any BS in the way. You don't go to the home page, or you don't go to the product category page. You go right to it's in your cart, ready for your credit card and to hit the final button. Like, Gary thinks through all of that. So yeah, if he was all in. He had his waves. Like he like, just like John Kovaleski said, if he's talking about something, you can kind of follow his lead, because there was a while where Periscope was real big and it made sense to be on Periscope. And then it didn't make sense to be on Periscope, and he told you when to get in, he told you when to get out. Yeah.
Well, back then it was like Meerkat versus Periscope, which I had like flashbacks of beta versus VHS at when back in the 70s. Yeah. So
Meerkat, that was a great product, because you pop up like a Meerkat does. They pop up out of the hole, and that's what was a very good mental picture, because that's what it was like. It's like, hey, I'm here, check out my content, and then you go, wait. It was a great name. It sucks that the other one took over, but hey, hey, did you Quibi is gone? Did you see that?
I heard about it, but I didn't know like when they were pulling out.
It's done. It's gone. They blew it up.
But the weird thing about it, like, the app's still running, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, and I think they're even launching a television app. You can get like Netflix on your TV or Google. Anyway, now there's a Quibi thing. But the point there is, like, rich entrepreneurs can't recreate homegrown video and put it behind a paywall. That's what Quibi was supposed to be. It was supposed to be fun YouTuber stuff with a paywall. And people were like, oh, heck no. I don't even play with that. Yeah.
I thought it was like, the way I thought it was like, I thought they're trying to position itself as an alternative between Hulu and Netflix, where
they wanted premium content too, and they had a cool thing where it's vertical or it's horizontal, and it was only on the phones. I mean, come on, why is it only mobile?
Well, the weird thing about it is, like, if you had like those Chromecast or other devices, like, you could pipe Quibi in and watch it there. But I try to like test it out, see if it would put it on the TV like vertical, but it would revert back to horizontal. So, but I don't know.
It's a cool piece of technology. It's not enough to sell the whole platform. Jaden Shoe 28 is here. He says he's new. Hello, welcome. He or she. Wait. Yeah, no, sorry. Anyway. My eyes are old. I can't see.
I have that same problem too.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, that I think are you the one that just requested the All Things YouTube group? I had some new people in All Things YouTube group. I think that was you as part of that group. Yeah, good you're here. This is Verbose Wednesday. Robert and I talk about video production and social media and streaming and video. It's sort of a
And live streaming and everything in between. Yes.
all things video show,
Where
and we have
sometimes,
open questions all day, and we're talking about alternate social media sites,
yeah, contingency plans, the
contingency
worst case
plans.
doomsday scenario.
Don't discount Patreon. Patreon is every bit as much of a social media platform. People think of it, oh, it's just a way to kind of get money, but no, you can grow. Some creators are primarily on Patreon.
Yeah,
And they might have a couple other little things, but they're basically just pointing into Patreon.
yeah. I mean, I know like there's some pretty cool video content creators that use Patreon. I know like one channel that I enjoy on YouTube is Premiere Gal that does a lot of tutorials for editing, Adobe Premiere Pro, sometimes After Effects, and I'm drawing, and sometimes Audio Edition. And she has her own Patreon page as well. To your point, so it's pretty neat to be able to see other people trying to find other ways to grow their channel or just to expand their
I
reach.
was watching a YouTube video today from Wintergarten Wednesday. It's a an engineer, an artist, and musician in France who is making his own marble machine.
Marble.
Marble machine. He's
Okay.
got a xylophone, a cyber bass, hi-hat, drums, and it's a program. It's all analog, and it drops marbles to play songs. It's amazing. He is the 105th most popular Patreon account. 105. There's only 104 Patreon accounts that are bigger than this YouTuber.
I
It's
know that
amazing.
there's another variation with marbles where it's like a marble racing uh, YouTube channel where they
That's
have,
very popular too. It's
yeah,
it's like the Indy 500, but with marbles and with commentary. Like, oh, the Green Goblin's pulling ahead because it's
it's
a
well
green
done.
marble.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was one of their HBO program. I think it was like last night with John Oliver. Like either they sponsored or they're like footing the bill to help keep the channel going. So I thought that's pretty cool, especially when they're showing some of the footage. You see all these balls going.
No, it's huge. It's huge. Well, the live announcers with the pandemic, they didn't have any work, so they
Right.
started filming marbles going down a marble track, and they were just announcing, the play-by-play. And to everyone's surprise, the internet loved it. Jaden is from my friend Artfully Blind with Diana. Excellent. I love making friends on the interwebs. Glad you're here. Bam. Thumbs up. Awesome. Friends are awesome.
Oh, I mean, but yeah, I mean it's just so well done. It just I could it, you could definitely see the amount of work they put in there. It just it was more like a, well, I can't do
Well,
the text word or with the eye pop out of the wolf, but you get the idea.
yeah, those marble racing videos are very well. They're high production value, but this marble machine is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. It's got a big wheel, and you put these little magnetic spikes on the wheel, and as the wheel turns, it hits these levers, and the levers will drop a marble onto the instrument below it. And as and they can change the plates on the wheel to change the song. So that the plates break off. There's four plates going around this big wheel. And the parts, that there's so many parts that are on this, and he did it all in CAD. So there's models of all this stuff, and people all over the world are trying to help manufacture this. He has CNC experts, he has 3D printing experts, he has metalworking experts, all trying to build this metal and wood Marble Machine. It's my favorite YouTube channel. I bought the poster. I got the shirt. Anyway, I like it. I like mechanical things. I like gears, and it's all gears. You know, he has a big planetary gear turning the whole thing. It's amazing. I have a watch, not this watch. This is a digital watch, but I have a watch that's all analog, no battery. It's got the flywheel inside it, and it keeps it loses like 12 seconds a year. It's like very accurate, but it's all analog, and it's amazing. And it winds itself just by, you know, when you move it, just the motion of it being on your hand is enough to wind the spring. It's pretty. I like gears. Anyway, 105th most popular Patreon user. And Patreon is a social media platform, and you can go there to build an audience as a contingency plan. See how I brought that all together? The show goes off the rails, and I try and bring it back.
I was gonna quote something from Airplane, but like, yeah, I'll say it in no time. But I mean, the visual I have for contingency plans, like, so I've got these. Make sure I got the MEE audio headphones, and sorry about that, monitor went out, and it's the one where you can like slip behind your ears and stick them in your ears. It's like the clear one, so you can't really see it, and so sometimes like I get a little tangled up, as you can tell, for those that were watching the clock down, you see me kind of like going, and so it's just sometimes like if I can't get it untangled, or in my case, if I put it in the wrong ear and hadn't figured out, I got these backup headphones in case, so that way I have something to be able to hear.
Yeah, I have more than one option myself. Contingency plans.
Dare I say the earpiece look as big as DVDs?
I don't have a problem with headphones. I got a problems with DVDs as a distribution model.
Well, my dad still has like a DVD collection, so a lot of times like any of his personal DVDs, I'll have to like back them up. So
I don't fault anyone for having that, but it just realized that the image on a DVD is 640 by 480, or is it 720 by? It's not high def by any stretch.
no, the DVDs are typically 640 by 320, 380. I always get the last
480.
480. Thank you, but
That
unless
makes me mad. I
Unless
don't like low resolution.
unless you upgrade to Blu-ray, but that's another story. So
But then there's no Blu-ray burners. See, that never caught on.
no, there's Blu-ray burners.
How much are they?
Depends what you want. Whether if you
Ballpark.
want one for like the
Consumer level. What's the cheapest Blu-ray burner?
I thought I saw one around 100 maybe, but I have to check if it's still on.
Flippin' way. Really? Well, they weren't available for the longest time, and who cares about physical media? Oh, sorry, I keep leaving the group. I was wondering. I was like, because I was approving on my phone, and then I would keep seeing you on the list. So then I approved it on the browser. I thought it was a phone glitching, but anyway. Okay, no worries.
Okay.
Jaden said she keeps leaving the group. But,
Gotcha.
hey, it's all good.
We're here.
It's the internet. Our groups aren't going anywhere.
Yeah, but I mean, to your point, whether for those that don't use analog, cloud, as well as being able to leverage your email and list, like Karen had said with chiming in with Matt there. So there's a lot of options to consider, so that it's not the be all end all if things go off the rails in this sense of, you know, if something were to happen with Facebook Live or YouTube Live, because I remember I think early in the year, I think there was some problem with Facebook Live where people weren't able to do their streams, and I was trying to observe just to see what people are doing to be able to get back on track. I mean, some people made made the easy transition to either YouTube Live, or if they're doing simulcast, they just only use one. And there are a couple of things where I think they just like either reschedule programs and stuff. So those are the kind of things that just catch my eye, just because I'm always fascinated to see like what types of troubleshooting or things that people do when they're trying to get back on track.
Look at this. Blu-ray burner for desktop is $69. Can you do a Blu-ray that will actually function in a Blu-ray player, or is it just Blu-ray as a storage medium like a DVD-R?
Most cases, like you could do either. It just really depends on the software you're using when you burn it. Oh, there it comes. Let's hear it.
But, you know, I mean, they have, you can get an 8 terabyte Seagate hard drive for $110. How many, what's the capacity of a Blu-ray?
I think was it 8 to 12 gigs? I think. Well, actually, it depends on the.
Here we go. I'm Googling it.
Okay.
25 gig. A dual layer can hold 50 gigs. Okay.
Okay.
So you can get a $69 Blu-ray burner, and then however much for the blank burnable Blu-ray discs, or you can get an 8 terabyte Seagate hard drive for $110.
Well, that'd be expensive to have to mail everyone an 8 terabyte storage. Just
Are you still on physical media as a distribution? Okay, I'm gonna have to like.
So this is me pushing his button here. So
all right.
Actually, this is a coaster, and if folks are interested in one, just drop me an email.
Okay, yeah, I've hidden myself. I think I've had enough of this topic. So.
Well, thank God, because I almost thought I lost the video feed. We're gonna have to give you a different graphic, because like I almost like start scrambling. It's like, where happened to Matt's feed?
All right, I got 1,000 people on my email list. I'm gonna buy 1,000 8 terabyte Seagate hard drives for $110 each.
Because you love your fans. Because they're worth it.
What would a fan do? Oh, here's a disc or a hard drive.
They'll play it.
Not a.
Well, I know, like at the time when before the interwebs, or as they would say, especially like when you're at one of those like conventions, conferences, or what have you, it's just a funny thing to see that people like would give as giveaways of their program. So, but I know we're in the 21st century, but
yeah, I've got an external USB DVD-R floating around somewhere, but I got to pull it out of a box and bolt it to my computer to use it.
Oh, I had to return it back to my brother. I had to use it for a few projects. So
no worries. If you gave me a Blu-ray, I'd be like, nothing I can do. There's not one device in my whole house that could view a Blu-ray.
No. Well, I guess because like now I'm going really off the subject. But
I'm sorry. Maybe I do. Maybe I do have a Blu-ray downstairs. I may or may not. I don't know.
I mean, one of the other things that I've done, and it comes up now and then, is like for folks to be able to like either transfer or either provide a different medium on the video. So I've had to like have a DVD burner. I even have like an audio cassette converter. I don't know where it is, but yeah. I mean, for me, it's just different options that I forget that other people just either stick to one format or just. How do I put this? They're not exposed to other formats just because it's a little bit before their time. So,
do you have reel-to-reel audio?
My late grandfather did, but I don't think he has it around here. But it always cracks me up just because like I keep thinking of the old microfiche in the library where you see that, and then you see like the Dell tape. But
I'm only gonna hire you for my video product if you could put it on beta. The audio on beta.
Well, I have a beta player here somewhere. I think it's probably in the other room. So, what can I say?
Beta had quad. They had 4. You could put 4 speakers on with beta. Isn't it weird? Isn't it weird that the more we advance in time, the worse the technology gets, because records were superior, like the vinyl records were superior, and then tapes were awful, and then even VHS tapes. The beta VHS tape was better because it didn't bend the tape as aggressively as a VHS, but the VHS could record a little bit longer. So VHS and
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's funny you say that because like there's still performers, musicians that would release vinyl records, which I find interesting, and I'm like, because before they, what was it, from CDs to audio cassettes to vinyl, and now they're doing vinyl, and then there's a, I
Well, I mean,
forget.
even CDs are compressed. It's not compressed much. It CDs are compressed to where the range of the human ear could hear it, but everything outside of the range of the human ear, you can't hear it on a CD. And some people argue, well, you can feel it. You can feel those frequencies outside of the, and that's why they have the lossless. Like a lot of musicians that sell their stuff online, you can get the lossless version of their recording, and some people really like that. That's the only instance where it's the quality has gone up.
Or we'll just do what John says. Let's
Laserdisc.
bring back the laser disc. It
There's
cracks me
big
up.
laserdisc.
I forget like if it was a relative or a friend of a relative, and they had the laser discs of Star Wars. I'm like, well,
My
where's
my uncle did. My uncle is a huge movie. He's loved movies his whole life. He goes to the movies by himself. He catalog. He owns movies on all the mediums, and he had a whole shelf, multiple, just a whole wall of laser discs. Those 12-inch laser discs. He loved it. He loved it.
but but it got to the point where like I often wonder like how if it wasn't for the fact that vinyl and laser they're two different materials that if you just look at it at the size you'd be like, oh, a funny looking a record player with like silver finish, then you're like, oh no, it's a laser disc. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Well,
I feel like we should be like in a rocking chair as we're talking about this. Well, you got the old school headphones on, so.
well, I mean, hey, but no, physical media, no, just no, no.
I say it depends.
I can't change your mind. That's fine. We'll
I know.
agree to disagree.
I know for you
But
it's, and then for me it's. So. But that's the great thing about about physical and regular media is just that you got options. It's just whether what works for you. I know for some may not like the physical, and the others, well, I, I, I guess then again, I still have some like older gear that I use just because I find other uses for it. But that does the job. But that's just me. I mean,
oh, Sasha's here. Hello, new mama. Welcome.
hey.
And John says he's literally in his rocking chair. Well, he didn't say literally, but I think he actually is.
I got the image etched there, so I got you.
Good. Well, I'm glad you're here. We're not going to be here much longer. Thanks for stopping by. Drop a like, please.
Because I think I got on his nerve about DVDs, which
I can see Rob's trying to keep his business alive by mailing out DVDs to his audience.
Because he gets all burned up about it, so.
Look, my face is fuming.
Oh, wait. How come that didn't work?
Nice.
So, I originally I had it programmed so that would be playing in the background with the flame, but I think I had set it on a different video, so I'll work on that. I knew I had one other point. the problem I had was that the printer was offline, so I wasn't able to print up my notes. So I thought I had a physical copy of it, but then I realized I think I might have a Word
There,
doc here. So
you keep all that behind the scenes stuff to yourself.
hey, I'm
It's
transparent. What
okay.
can I say? So
Yeah, you gotta roll with it. Just roll with.
okay, so what do I got here? BitChute, distribution marketing plan, website, DVDs.
Yeah.
Uh, no, I
The
mean,
recap. The recap from me is email your own website and side load to BitChute, and you'll
for
be good.
me, it's just a matter of just having a good contingency plan with your distribution, just to start thinking ahead. Uh, we already talked about DVDs, but just the idea, like if you have to use like analog solutions, don't rule it out if it really makes sense with what your goals and your objectives are. And yeah, that's about it. So, other than that, were there any other points that we forgot in this contingency slash social media slash uh, doomsday
Well,
scenario?
I would just reiterate that it doesn't hurt to have an audience in more than one place. So have the contingency plans, but have part of the plan be to post to these alternate social media sites in addition to where you're most comfortable. So if you have 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, try and have 15,000 over on BitChute.
And if you can do the math in your head with that, but yeah, I mean it's definitely you gotta factor that in and keep that in mind when you make a jump to be able to make sure that you're able to retain your audience, or at least the core audience when you do that.
And the other thing I'll say is don't expect your audience, like if you're making a move and you're moving away from a viable option to another viable option, in other words, it hasn't blown up, your audience, a lot of your audience won't move with you. They just won't. I mean, even Ninja went from Twitch to Mixer. He was 200,000 over there on Twitch, and he had 40,000 over on Mixer. People won't always follow you, which sucks. So,
Or as John recaps, DVDs, Laserdisc, and snail mail. Okay, I'll go with that. But yeah, I
all right,
mean that's another thing
I'm
that just to
done.
keep in mind. Just that if you do make the change, you may or may not be able to retain your audience just based on whether it's preference or just the what they're used to. So so be prepared for that. So it's a lot of variables to consider, but at the same time, it's good to just to be able to think of options as to what you can do if things should change on a dime or what have you, so you're not
Just
left
make it
left with it.
part of your routine. Like if you're sending out marketing to a Facebook group, pushing out a tweet, pushing out an Instagram, do something over there on this alternate tech on Parlor, Minds, BitChute. Just make it part of the routine and see if your audience grows there. It might, which is good.
Yep. I mean, for me, like on occasion, like when I put a reminder about the program, other than like a social media blast, sometimes I'll just do like a quick 1 minute or 2 minute story video on Instagram, just to kind of give it a little bit of a fresh take, as well as just trying to see if there's a different audience there too. So, so it's just another way of just keeping the mind fresh of doing different things to test out if you're trying out different things.
I dig it.
I like to end things on an upbeat note. I'm trying to resist any DVD jokes here, folks. But on that note, just a couple, as they would say, like admin stuff. Just a reminder, just because I think you can never be too careful. But um, you know, again, if folks are looking a way to get the word out on any with the frontliners hospital in terms of promoting any cause or awareness, or if they just need a live streaming video as a solution, just let me know. Just reach out to me. The link's in the description, or you can comment here, and be glad to help out in any way, even if it's just creating a live stream video kind of like this and getting the word out. And just one other note. Hang on, I had it here somewhere. And again, if looking for more ways to help or finding resources regarding the Black Lives Matter, there's blacklivesmatter.com as well as NAACP.org. And then one last thing, if I can get the buttons to work here. Oop, talking out loud again. Sorry. Got to work on that internal voice that I have that issue here, folks. There it is. Again, if folks are interested in a verbose shout out, Matt did a great walkthrough of how you can do that on episode 12, which is also in the description. And it's a matter that if you sign up and providing email, it just we'll be glad to give a shout out of your YouTube channel or any other thing that you're trying to get some traction on there. So, and I think that's everything.
I think we're good.
I was almost gonna say don't forget to brush your teeth, but that's a different PSA for another time. So, on that note, I really gotta.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Oh yeah, that's right. Don't forget to subscribe. Drop a like, share, or
Drop a like and ring the bell.
Okay, what he said. I got to work on that. But yeah, so that's.
And remember to be awesome.
Right, and oh yeah, and just be sure to check out Matt's channels. And anything you like to add about the Yes program that you've been doing?
It's going good. Back on schedule. 5th lesson has been delivered, and it's a tough one. It's a tough one. The Yes Challenge is a video editing challenge. You can find more information at allthingsyoutube.com/yes. It's not written here on the card, but that's where it's at. Yeah. A couple more people jumped on. They're like, can I start in the middle? I'm like, yes. It's possible. I give a lesson once a week on how to do something video editing wise. You try and repeat the lesson using your own footage, using your own video editing software, and the goal is that you will have another technique to use. And all the techniques I'm teaching are to retain watch time, are to get people watching your video the whole way through. And although this was a somewhat difficult challenge, they're usually easy things you can do. But yeah, going good, going good.
Yeah, and they're fun too. I mean, just that the thing I like about it is just to be able to get the creativity going. Just because, as Matt mentioned, just that's always good to be able to find ways to engage your audience, and the best way to do that is just to find visual ways to just help to make your video pop. So, and
I like that. People don't like mediocre videos. They like awesome videos. I'm teaching you how to be awesome. Trying to.
Along with needing to work on my eyes, got to make sure my hearing's right. Because a minute there, I thought he said tapioca. I'm like, well, what the heck's got to do with that with video?
No, people don't like mediocre. They like awesome. Oh, boy. Want a video editing challenge? I'm reading John Kowaleski's message. Try to put together a play where all actors are in different locations and you have issues with lag between them. Yeah, I would not recommend that.
Yeah, I totally empathize with John. For those that may want to hear about that offline, just let me know. But yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah. So, and
oh, I think cool. I think you got a new email list. Yeah, there's an email list for both Wednesdays that Robert mentioned, and I have my own email list here.
Thanks, Jaden. Appreciate that. Okay. On that note, I think it's time to wrap it up and call it a day. No, actually, call it an evening.
Yep. Call it a night.
Dramatic pause there. Uh, so for Verbose Wednesday, I'm Robert with.
I'm Matt.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay safe and look forward to do it again next week.